Welcome to the third annual A Day of Remembrance, honoring and remembering those we have lost to the idiopathic inflammatory myopathies, myositis. This video event is sponsored in part by Corbus Pharmaceuticals. We start by lighting this candle in loving memory of those we have lost to myositis, and in representation of hope for the future for those still living with myositis or fighting for a diagnosis. Please join us for a moment of silence to remember all of the people we have lost to myositis, followed by a reading.
When I'm gone, tell the trees so they won't miss me. Tell the ground I need some space and the weeds to bloom and throw sweet petals on my grave. Tell my dreams I thank them. Tell the books I love them so, and the unfinished manuscript my deep regret, but it was time to go. Tell the sea to wait a while. Tell the lighthouse to shine bright and the moon to dim the lights. Let darkness reign over the night. Tell the flames to take what's theirs. Tell the birds to spread the word and the dogs to sing farewell in a loud chorus to the world. Tell the bees I'm sorry. Tell my loves I'm resting, and tell them not to fill their hearts with woe. For the world will keep on turning, for it was always so. No need to tell the stars already know.
We join together today to remember our family members and our friends we have lost. We are deeply affected by each life taken, each moment stolen, and each dream shattered. But we can honor their lives and their memory by becoming advocates, activists, donors, or volunteers. By taking action now and working together to move the myositis community forward in research, outreach, awareness, education, support, and assistance. For those of us still here, this is an urging for you to take action and get involved. There is still an urgent need for safe, effective, and accessible treatments, funding for research and for our work to improve the lives of those fighting myositis, including expanded patient and caregiver outreach and support, financial assistance to help those who are fighting so hard to make ends meet despite not being able to work, and even providing more education to improve the understanding and empathetic approach by the medical community and our family and friends. Each of us can take immediate steps to help move the community forward, whether it's participating in a clinical trial, sharing your experiences to help increase the visibility of the various forms of myositis, making a donation, volunteering your time, lending your support to another patient or caregiver, joining in the various patient opportunities together with our partners, and in 1,000 other large and small ways. Here at Myositis Support and Understanding, MSU, our volunteers stand united with hearts full of love, compassion, and generosity, and we vow to never quit in the search of and support for treatments for myositis, and one day, hopefully, a cure. We will always work towards and hope for knowledgeable and empathetic medical care for everyone, and for understanding from our family and friends. Words simply cannot express the grief that our myositis friends, family, and caregivers experience for their losses. Our deepest respect and sympathies go out to hearts across the world affected by myositis. And for those still fighting, we commend you, and those who are by your side giving care and loving you unconditionally as you live day by day. Mary Jane Delauter, Inclusion Body Myositis. MJ was an avid supporter and advocate for IBM patients through both organizations, MSU and TMA. Her work for and on behalf of myositis patients started in 2008 when she was on the board of directors for TMA. And she was a great resource to TMA members learning to deal with inclusion body myositis. In her role as administrator of the MSU support groups, MJ was always quick to welcome new members, answer a question, cheer up someone who was down, or share her experiences about adapting to life with IBM. MJ also served as the leader of the MSU Inclusion Body Myositis patient video support sessions for many months. And while we were forming our new nonprofit, she was always available for advice and to answer questions on how we wanted MSU to function. She is sorely missed by all who knew her, and we can honestly say MSU would not be what it is today without her. As MJ played such a vital role for so many patients in the myositis community, after her passing in June of 2019, after living with the rare disease inclusion body myositis for 25 years, we honor and remember Mary Jane through the creation of the Mary Jane Delauter Memorial Fund. Along with Dick Delauter, we can think of no better way to honor and remember Mary Jane than to establish this memorial fund to help educate, connect, and support inclusion body myositis patients and caregivers. Scholarships are awarded once a year to those members who are active in the IBM community and are looking to attend an educational conference to help further their knowledge. If you are interested in making a donation to the Mary Jane Delauter Memorial Fund, you can visit understandingmyositis.org. Fare thee well, MJ. Lauren and Jenna Landman created the Myositis Empower Walk in loving memory of their dad, Robert Bob Landman, who passed away due to complications of dermatomyositis. They joined us to share. What ultimately led you to MSU?
You know, I think it was really just wanting to find answers and ultimately wanting closure for what had happened and to heal. So it was just something that guided us there, and it was somewhere that we needed to be as a family, just to see that community. And so it was just really at finding those answers and learning more about the illness itself. I think that it happened so quickly, and that my siblings and I, we were not all under the same roof with our family, that we kind of had to learn about everything on our own, and finding that resource to learn about dermatomyositis and the other illnesses, and that other people are going through it, and it can happen when you're young, and there's different stages and what it does to the body. That was really helpful for us, and it felt as if we needed that. And honestly, I don't know what we would have done without some sort of resource like that. And I think that having MSU around, my mom always says, and another shout out to her is, after a storm, there's always a rainbow. And although our dad's, death was the storm, MSU was our rainbow. And so we just hope to continue to shed light and to bring awareness and to make it so big that doctors can't stop looking at it and they start figuring it out. So that was kind of what led us to MSU.
Like Lauren mentioned, once we found MSU, we did, peer-to-peer fundraising just to start our support, posted on Facebook, texted friends, tried to get, some money. And once we realized we could raise, $1,000, we were like, wait, okay, we could do something more. So I vividly remember this day. Lauren and I were having one of our sister chats on the phone, and we were talking just how cool it was that we had started, some of that fundraising and did it in honor of our dad. And we both expressed interest in volunteering more, doing something more. We just didn't know what yet. And I was like, what if we do some sort of event? What if we do like a 5K, maybe a 5K run or walk? We called our mom, again, another shout out, because she always calms us down. And she was, shed a little bit more reasoning to our situation. She said, why don't we just do it in Vegas? That's where Dad and I raised you guys. That's where we have family and friends. She was like, let's do it at the park that she had some really gracious friends donate a tree in honor of our dad at the Discovery Park. And so, we thought, let's do it there. That will be a great, significance to start the walk at. So we ended up having like 50 plus people there and fundraised $3,000 plus on our first walk. And, Lynn got to join us, and it was just so humbling. We could not believe that we had done this. We wanted to just take this time to thank all of our family and friends that have supported us thus far and joined the walk. And showing right now is the tree that was donated. And we, on a lap of our walk, we put a blue ribbon in it just to kind of, bring some significance to that.
We give thanks to the Landman family for their dedication, their compassion, and their passion to help other people living with and caring for those living with myositis. This year's Empower Walk, the second annual, was held on September 19th at Discovery Park in Henderson, Nevada, and also virtually, and raised over $17,000. Thank you so much to the Landmans. We appreciate your support. And thank you to all who donated and participated. We look forward to the third annual Myositis Empower Walk in 2021. Anastasia. My sister not only fought a battle against this disease, but also lung cancer that she was diagnosed with 3 years ago. It was her toughest battle yet, and to the end she could fight no more. On July 27, 2020, Anastasia fell into a forever sleep, free of pain. My sister was curious, kind, and her intellect was mind-blowing. She could read a book once and recite it for you. We are many that miss you. Leafia Jean Cooper Ernst. Leafia was first diagnosed with dermatomyositis at the age of 38. At that time, she was given a 5 to 7 year survival rate due to how advanced the disease was. She began experimental treatments at the University of South Florida in 1999 and lived another 21 years until January 24th, 2020, when she succumbed to dermatomyositis. She was 61. We were extremely blessed to have her for so long, but she is now missed beyond words.
Support and Understanding by Emily Fillmore. If ever I feel weak, your love makes me strong. If ever I feel scared, your support makes me fierce. If ever I need to talk, I remember you are only a click or call away. Love isn't perfect. It doesn't have to be unicorns, rainbows, fairy tales, and magic. All I want is a kind word, a shoulder to lean on, a gentle hug, a high five from the heart, the knowledge that you know the path I am on. We win together. Our individual successes become group knowledge, that helps us all. Sadly, we also lose friends together. We encounter death way too often. We mourn, we fear, we hurt. We are bound together by this invisible foe. Don't tell me everything will be okay. Tell me I can weather this storm. And now we know we can, because we are not alone.
Raymond Winham. Ray loved his family, and his family loved him. He loved reading the newspaper, Facebook, getting together with his Con Edison friends, and a good joke. He loved being a veteran and supported all things veteran. His strength through his illness, inclusion body myositis, was an inspiration to all who knew him. Above all, Ray had faith, and that carried him through many tough days. Lanny R. Van Hilt. My dad was not a person to just sit around the house and do nothing. He was a very active person, going here and there daily. In early 2018, he started having difficulties with balance and muscle fatigue. In December of 2018, after various hospital stays and many tests, he was diagnosed with dermatomyositis. On April 8, 2020, he lost his battle with dermatomyositis. He will forever be missed by many.
Last year, during Myositis Awareness Month, we debuted our Myositis Life website. We have used it throughout the year to highlight patient, family member, and care partner stories of what it is like to live with myositis. Our hope is that by sharing the everyday realities of myositis, we can impact the knowledge and understanding of all community stakeholders and improve the lives of myositis patients. Patients share their stories of triumphs and pain, their medical stories, stories of their relationships, what it's like to go to school with myositis, what it's like to be a parent when you're living with myositis, and also what it's like to be a child, grown or young, of someone who's living with myositis. Stories about food, travel, and even sex. It's all there. We invite all members to share what is important to them because they are important to us. MSU is always growing and adapting to meet the needs of our members, and we hope that they will continue to embrace this tool as a way to empower themselves to teach others about each myositis life. As part of our 5th year as a nonprofit, we are taking the next steps to grow and become an even better organization. Myositis affects people from all walks of life, all genders, all races, all ages, and all nationalities. But statistically, Black women are diagnosed with myositis at higher rates than the other groups. And unfortunately, they also have the highest mortality rates than any other group. This is one of the reasons that a diverse group of patients work together to create a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee this year. The committee wants to start helping to encourage faster, easier diagnosis through educating the community about how myositis looks different in people of color. We want to encourage more diverse participation in MSU's activities and governance. and we want to help ensure better outcomes for all myositis patients, but especially our most vulnerable. And in this case, it is Black women. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee hopes to use Myositis Life to amplify minority voices because, when it looks different in different populations, it's really important to have all of those voices heard. So we want to teach what it looks like in non-white patients because that can then assist doctors in better diagnosis and better treatment. If you are interested in helping us with this mission and joining the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, please go to understandingmyositis.org and go to the volunteer page and indicate on your volunteer form that you would like to join the committee. We would love to have more participants. I'm also going to post on Facebook about it here in the next couple of days. It is vitally important that we work to lower the mortality rates in our Black sisters. Thank you for supporting Myositis Life. We are honored to have this moment to remember those we have lost. Thank you.
On November 6, 2019, the world lost a beautiful light when we lost Christine Nixon. Christine was very often the first person many newly diagnosed myositis patients would encounter as they began the journey of seeking out support on Facebook. She had formed at least 2 of the support groups and was also an admin for others. Christine was a calm, sensible guide for the scared newbies, repeating as often as necessary the same suggestions, like using plasters or Duoderm for mechanics' hand sores, to a certain someone who would keep forgetting what it was called. Yes, it's me. My heart still aches for her husband Bruce, her sons, and her grandchildren. I know how deeply losing her affected and still affects myself and others. I can't fathom the loss her family still feels over losing their man. As fall flowers appear, she's especially on my mind with the sunflowers and poppies starting to be everywhere.
Larry Nichols. Larry had several different diseases he struggled for over 4 years with, also affecting his lungs. We miss him so much. He was a medic who touched many lives.
I am standing upon the seashore. A ship at my side spreads her white sails to the moving breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She's an object of beauty and strength. I stand and watch her until at length she hangs like a speck of white cloud, just where the sea and sky come to mingle with each other. Then someone at my side says, "There, she is gone." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large in mast, hull, and spar as she was when she left my side, and she is just as able to bear her load of living freight to her destined port. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just at the moment when someone says, "There, she is gone," there are other eyes watching her coming, and other voices ready to take up the glad shout, "Here she comes."
Robin Brady. Robin was a loving mother of 3 and a grandmother of 9. She was a registered nurse for many years and dedicated her life to caring for others. She won a battle with cancer in 2015. and was diagnosed with inclusion body myositis a few months before her death in July of this year. She is missed and remembered by many. Philip Rohrer. Philip was diagnosed with inclusion body myositis in 2010. He was an avid fisherman and hunter, a lover of all things outdoors. He enjoyed cooking for family and friends. He fiercely fought this terrible disease, but lost his fight in February of this year. He is survived by his loving wife of 43 years. William Ball. He was my cousin, and I want him remembered for his music, writing, love of animals, and for being a wonderful father.
Hi everyone, it's Emily Fillmore. I'm one of the founding board members and I'm a current board advisor for Myositis Support and Understanding Association. I know this year has been especially hard and full of fear for many of us because of COVID-19. I want to take a moment and say how proud I am of our community and how we've all pulled together. I've seen lots of moments of hearts working together to help comfort each other in both our online support groups and in our video support sessions, of which I have found a lot of joy of being a part. You amaze me. We've all amazed me. As we pause today to remember the people we've lost to myositis, I invite us all to honor their memory by continuing to be good to each other. We give them a legacy of love by taking good care of ourselves and each other, and by living our lives to their fullest in the safest way possible. My family and I send our love to all of you. Please remember, love deeply, laugh loudly, stay safe, and I will see you soon.
From all of us at Myositis Support and Understanding, we offer prayers of comfort to you for your loss. We hope you remember your loved ones fondly, through shared memories and with laughter and tears. This video event is sponsored in part by Corbus Pharmaceuticals.